into crime dramas or shows like 48 Hours or Dateline, things like that. There's a lot of people into those. I used to be into those too, like seriously, but then eventually they started scaring me. I would get scared, like I'm too scared to watch them. Even even my show, my fave, Law and Order. Whew, honey, uh, crime. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is a lot of those shows feature crimes of passion. And if you've ever been like a victim of a crime, like I kind of had a situation years ago when somebody broke into my house, and luckily they didn't really take anything. They just kind of messed up some stuff. But when the officers came, one of the questions they asked me was, do you suspect somebody that you know, or you're seeing somebody? Um, and I told them I'm not seeing anybody. And nobody has access to my house except for me at that time. So I thought it was very interesting, those lines of questions. And when we watch those kinds of programming shows, like I said, they feature crimes of passion. And it leads me to this: emotions make us do things, okay? Um, and that's across the board. So that's the most when somebody commits a crime because of an emotion. What about in your everyday life? Like the emotion of joy and happiness. A lot of times we want to serve and help and, help people. Then there's guilt. Of course, again, that's an emotion that makes people do things. um, then, of course, love. And I mentioned joy, but love. Um, love can make you do things that are hard. Okay, like make sure your child eats their vegetables even when they're crying and they're like, I just want to eat pizza and you're being mean to me, those kinds of things. Or respect is not an emotion. So resentment makes people behave in a certain way. um, yeah, emotions makes us do things. So I want you to think about that. That's just a little tidbit. I'm running errands today, not to you know not to hang out too much, because I see it's cloudy here, and rain may be coming soon. um, I would say most people are not in control of their emotions as much as they could be. We kind of run on automatic in the world, and we just let outside forces make, like, I won't say make, but program us. So, for example, things like if someone passes away, most people just assume like people should be crying, right? And people should be like, "Whoa," at least in the Western world. In some cultures, they're honoring, and I see it more and more. Instead of people calling things funerals, they're more of homecomings, right? So we can we can control how we react, even when we have certain emotions. We can be sad and still practice joyful things. A lot of times people, again, back to those crime shows, um, people are at their extreme, and the hormones and the chemicals in their body and brain are just overwhelming them, and they just have no choice um, in what they end up doing, right? And people watch these things in fascination, and it kind of makes me wonder. So if you are a person that watches those crime shows now still, like I said, I kind of stopped. And now I'm thinking about it. I'm trying to think, why did I stop? Because it made me feel bad. Like it was almost like getting like um not scared, but feeling bad, like, ugh, how am I turning this? How is somebody's emotional strife entertainment, you know? And creepy. So, yeah, so I kind of stopped watching it. Maybe for those reasons where I'm just like, I just can't keep watching, consuming something like this and think that it's okay and it's like entertainment. If anything, some people watch it and then they end up having like anxiety. And in fact, I know, I know a person who takes anxiety medication and those are her favorite kind of shows. Right? So I'm just, I think we all need to just do an audit on certain things. And yeah, emotions makes us do things. But you're in control of you. So no matter what emotion you're feeling, you have the power to respond and not react. And I'm going to end with this. So, some of you who've been watching and subscribing, by the way, know that I kind of had a situation earlier in the school year because I'm a teacher. And I had a parent that came out of pocket at me and she was so rude, like to my virtual face, I'll just say that. So she was like, she said some of the nastiest things about me and then tried to like be like, I don't know, like I'm trying to look for the right word. So she was talking to my teaching partner and saying, well, I hope, like, she's like the most horrible. And then she said it to her while I'm seeing it happening. And my teaching partner, she broke down in tears. And I'm just like, ma'am, those are just words. I'm like, I know me. It's like, you just see me for 5 minutes, like, and you've got all this to say. Like, it was kind of funny and sad. But now, this weekend, well, not this weekend, yesterday, I sent an email home about her child, and then she just wrote this lush, glowing support email, and I'm just like, yeah, and that's how I know. Like, some people, they're not in control of their emotions, and they do things that I know she regrets, because now here I am, because she tried her hardest, y'all, to get her child out of my classroom. Our school doesn't do that. And she got to deal with me, honey, and grow up some. Sometimes adults still need to grow up in a lot of ways. So that was a situation where, had you just gotten curious instead of gone crazy, or I hate saying that word, gone, having like this emotional tantrum on somebody without investigating, none of that would have happened. But now, I have to, as a professional at this point, just let it roll off my back, as I did in the moment, because I was like, listen, it's like if you were face to face to me, like, try to swing. I'm like, honey, I fight. Okay. So those are just words. And maybe that's the power of a Black woman living in the United States, that we got to deal with that kind of stuff. I don't know. But yeah, you got to just guard. I don't want to say guard your emotions, but know what you're capable of, and how you don't want your emotions to overwhelm you to the point where you just don't function, okay, in your best way possible. All right. And with that, I say, take care. Subscribe.